last 7 weeks has seen the deaths of over 15,000 people. That's 300 people a day. And this pause will end on Monday or Tuesday. And Israel has promised to come back to their genocide of the Palestinian people in Gaza. And we have to make sure that doesn't start again.
I was delighted to see both the hostages released and those Palestinian prisoners released by the Israelis as well. We need to get to a point where this ends.
The exchange of children who are in the prisons of Israel is a topic that our politicians should start talking about. Why are these children in the prisons of Israel? So all this marching is highlighting the issue, the ongoing catastrophe that is happening in Palestine, and we will continue to do so.
A full ceasefire is necessary, and not only a ceasefire, but also a full and proper negotiations and a settlement for the Palestinian people, for a free and sovereign Palestine, in line with all the many UN resolutions and in line with international law.
We are
Palestine! Love you, Palestine, forever, always and forever. Palestine will be free in our lifetime, inshallah.
free, free Palestine!
The Israeli politicians are saying it's going to carry on for at least another 2 months. That means we can't let up. We have to continue protesting. We have to continue raising our voices. We have to continue to boycott. We have to continue supporting the people of Gaza in every which way that we can, because without our help, they've got no one.
So I'm here today for my brothers and sisters that are getting bombed in Gaza and Palestine. I'm here to support them and show love and show them that they're not by themselves, and that they've got all the good people around the world to support them and love them. And that's why I'm here.
A totally overwhelmed group of disparate people that have been persecuted for years and years. I mean, when is that okay? And what is this? Why do we send arms to Israel to bomb people that are completely unprotected?
We need to show what the media is failing and avoiding to show. We need to show that there's this apartheid regime in the Middle East that's been going on for far too long, and the Muslims and the humans of this country have had enough, and they need to tell the political parties, the people in charge, the powers that be, that we've had enough, and they need to pull a finger out and do something about it.
War should always be the last option. We should have rules when war erupts, and war should have accountability.
We need to make sure that ceasefire is permanent, is full, is comprehensive. We need to make sure that atrocities stop, and we need to make sure that everyone who committed war crimes are brought to justice, international justice. And we need to make sure that we go straight to the root cause of all this, which is occupation. Israel's occupation of Palestinian land must end, and must end now.
I've never been so ashamed to be a member of the Labour Party. There is no such thing as being neutral on the ceasefire.
The Labour Party is not supporting the ceasefire at all, and I think it just means they're supporting the war. There is not a neutrality position here.
Everybody must go to their employer and say, I am protesting on this day. I am walking out on this day. I will not stay silent on this day.
There are once again hundreds of Jewish people who feel safe enough to stand in solidarity with Palestinians.
One of the reasons that I, as a Jewish person, and I think Namod as a Jewish collective more broadly, think it's so important to come out and speak at these events and to march, is to show to people that the British Jewish community isn't a monolith at all, and that actually so many of us are coming out and standing in solidarity with Palestinians, because lots of us have been to Israel and Palestine and the West Bank. Like, we've seen the occupation with our own eyes, and we know how horrific it is.
Last Sunday, 3 days after our parliament voted against the ceasefire, the family were sleeping peacefully in their home when Israel dropped 2 highly explosive bombs on my sister-in-law's home, reducing a 3-story building into rubble and brutally killing and burying under the rubble what remained of my wife's family.
We would like to see from our government and politicians an immediate interference and pressure on Israel to stop this once and for all.
There are at least 300,000 of us.
in our local areas we can put pressure on our MPs, so many of whom did the most unconscionable thing and voted against a ceasefire. So it's really important that those MPs can see that all of their constituents feel really, really strongly about this issue, and actually, you know, what we were chanting at the demo a couple of weeks ago, which was no ceasefire, no vote, you know, that will be put into place.
But I want you to gather your energy to be ready to come out again in your local town next Saturday.
When we did this last Saturday, we had actions taking place in over 120 different towns and cities. We want at least that, ideally more. We need hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people taking this message, the demand for a ceasefire, the demand for an end to the siege, and a demand for action finally to address the root causes of this, to end the occupation, end the system of apartheid. We need that message taken into every town and city across the UK next Saturday. Get active, join us.